Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. Today, we're going to talk about Disney, and we're going to talk about a big mistake that Disney made that is going to cost them probably a few hundreds of millions of dollars, maybe billions of dollars. Also, we're going to talk about why your stocks took a nosedive today. In addition to that, we're going to talk about what's going on in the economic environment in terms of corporate earnings and all the things you might want to pay attention to. So get comfortable, buck up your seatbelt. We're going to get started on the Black Financial Channel right now. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I'm your friendly neighborhood finance professor. On the Black Financial Channel, we talk about Black wealth and Black economics every day under one condition. The condition is that we are B1. B1 means Black first. Black first doesn't mean we hate anybody. It just means that we take care of ourselves. And so if you're okay with that, if you're okay with us being B1, if you're okay with us loving ourselves, then put a hashtag B and the number one in the chat. Hashtag B1. And also let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me, because I keep seeing people saying that they can't hear me now. So if you can't hear me, then I'm going to have to bounce out and bounce back in. Can you guys hear me now? Give me a yes in the chat if you can hear me. Okay. All right, guys. So here's the deal. So let me tell you guys about something that's been going on with the stock market. I'm going to give you an update in terms of what's happening and what you might want to look out for. Okay. So on Instagram, you guys can hear me. So I'm going to have to bounce out. Okay, wait, I'm hearing yes, I can. So yes, I can says yes. Okay, so you can hear me now. You can hear me. Give me a yes if you can hear me. Give me a no if you can't hear me. I need yeses. I need yeses. Give me some yeses, because I'm starting to feel a little bit funny. I don't want to be talking to myself. Okay, it's funny. It's going back and forth. Some people are saying they can't hear me. Some people are saying they can. So I'm gonna talk to the people who can hear me, and the ones who can't hear me, then I'll just have to catch y'all later. All right, so let's jump into this. How many of you, give me a yes or no, how many of you had your stocks kind of get hit a little bit today? Did you lose some money in the stock market? If you did, say I. I'm going to say I, because my portfolio took a little bit of a beating today. And the reason is that the Dow dropped by about 300 points. That was kind of ugly, kind of painful to watch. It was a pain in the butt. It sucks. It's life. It happens. Why did it drop? You might wonder, like, what happened? What's going on? Well, this comes back to the Fed. The Federal Reserve Chairman, Jerome Powell, basically spoke and said he has the power. His words have the power to cost you money. And he spoke and said that when we increase interest rates, we might increase interest rates by 50 basis points instead of 25 basis points. By him simply saying that, it's on the table, what he's doing is he's sending a signal. He's sending a signal to the market to say, y'all better get ready, because we're about to come hard. And so the market has reacted to what the Fed chairman just said, because he's probably going to come with higher interest rate hikes. Why are they doing that? Well, because they have a big problem. The problem is inflation. They have to raise interest rates to lower inflation, because they let inflation get out of pocket. And inflation is like letting the cat out the front door. You ever have a dog or a cat where if you let that sucker out the screen door, you're going to be chasing them for the rest of the week? Well, that's pretty much what's going on right now. They let inflation get out the front door. People warned them over and over again. They weren't listening, and now they're paying the price. Now they're trying to go back and fix everything. So that's why your stocks drop. This is just an adjustment, because all the models that value stock prices, basically the mathematics behind these models all lead to lower prices, lower valuations when interest rates go up. So that's why you saw your stocks take a beating. Now, here's the thing that's interesting, though. This is a good week for stock market investors. This is a really good week for you, or a good month for you, because about 80% of the companies that are announcing earnings are beating their earnings expectations. That's freaking beautiful. That means that right now this economy is humming, money's being made. As an investor, you're doing good. You're investing in quality companies, but there are some duds out there. There are going to be some corrections. Some companies like Tesla, my God, I don't know how Elon Musk does it, but he came through and did really great again this time. So so for the most part, the economy is humming along. What you're worried about, what you look out for, is any sign that the economy is starting to slow and sputter. It's probably going to slow down a little bit, because they're increasing interest rates. When they increase interest rates, not only do stock prices go down, but future economic activity tends to slow down as well. So you're probably going to get a recession. I'm just laid out there. You will get a recession, and it is what it is. But what goes up, it comes down. Those are, comedic principles, right? This is just like spirituality and everything. Things don't go up and not come down most of the time. So that's what you're going to deal with. Now, as I move on, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, share, subscribe if you haven't done it yet. Also, I want to remind you guys that the One Africa Unity Power and Unity Conference is in Detroit on April 30th. They actually have tickets that are physical where you can go to the event or virtual. Taki Grant, who made a great film called Happy, Hapi, which is all about how modern economic systems have their roots in ancient Africa. They're going to be having this event on the weekend of April 30th. So if you, so I have tickets, I have passes for the event on boycewatkins.com, or if you're on Instagram, you can hit the link in the bio if you'd like to join. And there are also online tickets. I just emailed out a link to the online tickets. So make sure you get on the email list, and I can send you a link to actually join online if that's what you want to do. And the way to get on the email list is go get a free e-copy of my book. My book is How to Build Wealth by Investing $5 a Day. Just go to blackmoneyminute.com. That's blackmoneyminute.com. The URL on the screen. Basically, it's my method of helping you make sure that you become financially literate by just giving a minute of your time, a couple minutes of your time. Doesn't take a lot of work. So let me dig in and let me talk about another thing that jumped out at me today. And I've got to be quick today. I got a meeting to go to, and I know you guys have things to do, so I want to just catch you up on what's going on in the economy real quick. Disney is interesting right now to me because Disney is in a fight with the state of Florida right now. Basically, Florida, I guess, passed a bill. They call it the Don't Say Gay bill. Now, what the bill specifically does, from what I've read, is it pretty much says that you can't speak to children, under a certain age about changing their gender or about their private parts or about sex, right? And now, this is interesting. I will tell you the truth. Most Black people, most B1 people agree with this idea. They may not be Republicans or may not be Democrats, but they tend to feel like, it seems like most of you, from what I've in my surveys, most of you actually think it's okay to say to teachers, like, look, you ain't got to talk to my child about sex. You ain't got to talk to my child about changing their genders when they're 5 years old. Like, don't do that, right? So a lot of you actually agree. Some of you disagree, and that's okay to agree or disagree, but that's not the point. But here's the deal. Disney spoke up against this bill. Right, because they labeled it the Don't Say Gay bill. Florida had passed the bill. Disney spoke up and said, that's a problem. We don't like this bill, whatever. Well, that led to a backlash. Now the Republicans that run Florida did something to Disney that's going to cost them a whole lot of bread. Disney was actually in an area where they were allowed to self-govern. They were almost like a Native American reservation where they were allowed to have their own government and their own laws and own rules and everything. They took that away. They took all that away. And so a lot of people feel that this was retaliation for their standing up against this bill in Florida. And so one of the things I'm going to say, here's my point here. I'm not telling you to agree or disagree. It's up to you to decide what you feel about this. But one thing I can say is this made me think maybe companies should avoid getting too deeply involved in politics. It's one thing if you take a stand on something that's a no-brainer. Like if they say you shouldn't murder children and you say, yeah, we're against the murder of children, then everybody's going to agree with you. That's fine. But when you get to the point where you pick something that's really right down the middle, very controversial. In fact, how many of y'all agree? How many of y'all agree that you shouldn't be talking to kids about changing their gender when they're 6 years old or 7 years old? How many of y'all agree with that? Do you agree with that? A lot of you are going to say yes. I know it because I surveyed you. I follow you. I pay close attention to what you guys are saying. And a lot of you don't like that, right? So when you pick something that's right down the middle, very controversial like that, as a company, in my view, you shouldn't get involved. You need to say, my name's Bennett and I ain't in it, right? Because that's going to cost you, because when you're in a state like Florida and you are espousing values that come from Disney World out in California or Disneyland, I can't remember which one's in California, but you're bringing those California values into Florida, well, Floridians are going to get a little bit mad at you, and it's going to cost you some bread. So Disney's going to end up paying hundreds of millions, maybe over $1 billion, because now they can no longer govern themselves because the state of Florida just voted that out. So so that's just my 2 cents in terms of what's going on with this. Just a little economic lesson for those of you that want to kind of understand how I might process something like that. But I got to run, guys, and I just want to come in and say hello, and I want you to keep investing. I want you to be consistent, and don't forget our $100,000 pledge. $100,000 pledge means that every Black child in the B1 community should have $100,000 in assets by the time they're 25 years old. This is something you can do. This is something that's straightforward. I'm a math professor. I taught math at the University of Kentucky. I did the math. It's easy to do, but you just got to do what I say. And if you're not sure what to do, just go to blackmoneyminute.com. There's a free ebook called How to Build Wealth by Investing $5 a Day. get your copy, download it, take a quick look at the book, follow the plan. I'm going to talk more about this over time because I need your kids to be ready for the future. Give me a yes in the chat if you follow what I'm saying, if this makes sense to you, if it's okay, if I guide you in that direction, because I want to see you win. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. My wife is waiting for me. I love you, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And please hit that thumbs up button on your way out. It would mean a whole lot to me. I'll see you soon. Take care now. Peace.